Without further ado, we introduce the feature of tonight. Let's make some noise, y'all, for the legendary Black Ice.
Don't that song just make you want to do that, right? Like, I don't know, like, y'all don't even, do y'all know that song? You know what I'm saying? I'm the third oldest nigga in here. And that's just because I just turned 50, right? So, hold on. Wait a minute. Y'all good? Everybody good? Yeah! First, I apologize. I got here late because I was out Delaware seeing my big bro, and we got into a big creative conversation and session and all these things. And I ignored my lady, so I apologize for that because I really like to feel I really like to immerse myself in the energy, and I'm a fan of the craft, so I really like to hear voices and dope-ass words and shit like that. So I hope before me there was some dope-ass words and verses and niggas letting the bars go, yeah? Cool, I'm sorry I missed that. I hope I don't fuck it up, you know? So yeah, I'm trying to figure out whether do I just start with a poem or do I say some shit? I'm getting, it's the sofa up here making me feel like, man, I'm just at the crib, you know what I'm saying? So, you know. I look at the news and I watch other people's nations formed over. While right out my window, it looked like death done swarmed over my folk like revelation is amidst us right now. Death in jail, ready to enlist us right now. Fight how? I ain't been given the proper guidance or weaponry needed to protect myself. I never heeded advice to respect thyself, shit. That was usually given to me from some corner nigga. You know the type when coke was ripe, a 3-year run, then gone a nigga. Spawn, a nigga. I'm the side effect of the Willie Lynch prescription. Staged stereotypically, so I always fit the description. Educated improperly, so I never solved the encryption. For America to run smoothly, somebody gotta go through some friction. So I've been chosen for the addiction, to sell it and to use it. If you never learn how to love life, there's plenty room to abuse it. So I misuse it for all it's worth, because they refuse to give me a boost. They start me pecking for their little chicken feed, then get upset when I come home to roost. Shit, I want to sip the juice, but life's fruit ain't meant for me to squeeze. Built this brothel on my back and confined me to a striptease. Assigned me the disease and put the poison in cute disguises. They spend millions keeping us broke because they know poverty demoralizes and uprises crime, and they stock on prison life. These bitch niggas get rich, making the poor envision strife. Wife and state perform corporate merger. Husband becomes inmate and purger. In hip-hop culture, it's named the urger. This shit is supposed to disturb you. Ain't supposed to be able to sit tight as the words emerge. They should be urging my people to get right. My nigga Sean love me to death. He said, yo, Black, nigga, this a shit fight. These ignorant niggas is stuck. They ain't gonna listen. I said, they just might. If the spit tight and I draw it right, then maybe they'll trace the stencil and live life a little better, prepared for fate, because it's eventual. And at my lowest, when all I had was the pad and the pencil, it seemed like the darkest of moments, but I seen the brightest potential. I got the heart of a teacher, but still a mind of a hustler. I got this shit that when it spit, it's guaranteed to touch you. Black Ice clutch you, put you right in the verse. It's like first person. It's like you was right there with the nigga when he was writing, when he was rehearsing. Some say my words are prophetic. It's like the succession of God's plan. So stopping my progression is like fucking with God's man. Y'all don't understand the lessons that are coming in the ladder. I done prepared a substantial meal for y'all and the blessings in the batter. So eat up when we put the beat up, but please make sure you listen. See, the fact is the track is coating to make sure you get the nutrition. Black Ice bring dreams into fruition. Soul mission, that's why I display my life in plain view. Use my wit to cleverly spit and entertain you, sustain you like you my flock. They say the shepherd never goes away from his herd. Catch me on the block. But when you see me, don't be afraid to come and talk with me. I'm Black Ice. Thanks for hanging out. Walk with me. Y'all good? All right, so I'm gonna just take the first like a couple minutes to just get rid of the nerves, right? I'm waiting for the Henny punch to kick in. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of do some like exercise, right? Because we all just getting back kind of out in public and shit. I haven't performed a lot lately because I'm actually working on a lot of things. We'll get into it later on in the set, but so I'm nervous as fuck, right? So. Don't be nervous. Oh no, I gotta be nervous. If I came up here cocky, I'm gonna fuck up. You know, so I'm absolutely nervous, and that's a beautiful thing. So these couple poems is just like me riding my own dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna sound good though. But you know, it's poets. Y'all know what we do. Like, you just write, you write that, you home and you got that joint and you like it start coming through you. And then you come up with that bar and you step back off of it like, ooh. Nigga. Ooh, I'm gonna fuck they ass up with this. It's like super ego shit, right? Like, you know, like poets, artists, all, we're narcissists, right? You know, and so it's like, you know, poets, we just do shit like, I don't give a fuck if don't nobody like my shit. But I hope everybody love my shit, you know what I'm saying? and I mean both of them, right? So anyway, I'm running my mouth. I am beautiful contradiction. Diction, vernacular, nonfiction, spectacular like your favorite neighborhood drama being narrated by Obama. Baby mama, try 3 rhymes, be drenched in life's experience, cinched in strife and leery since the wolves' den. I am destined to occupy, ain't no stopping by. I live here, give here my all, possess the gall and audacity to hope for greater things. Shit. Come through my class and see what my young scribe scope for later brings. Then maybe you'll understand why this caged bird sings for Maya Angelou, Shandaya and Olu. Just a few of my students whose pessimism of prudence make me, did y'all catch that? You know, so that was one of them joints. Like when it came through, I was like, oh shit. Damn. Sure, how many times, like, did you, I remind my business partner all the time, like, nigga, did you ever hear that line that I said, though? Maya Angelou. You see how I did that? The cage bird sang Maya Angelou. Anyway. Shandaya Andolu. Just a few of my students whose pessimism of prudence make me stride in the standards created by the vary of my vocabulary, carry the weight of existence on my shoulders, realize I can move boulders with my higher self, vibrational level 3 times higher than my prior self, for introspection only causes ascension. I am God extension, the manifest of conscious spirit and flesh ever evolving. The earth is not my favorite planet, don't come here often. But for these few eternal ticks, I chose 6 and Dolphin as my residence for reinvention. Did I mention this gift of words make me X-Man? I flex, man, with animanium reinforced metaphors. High standardized state test scores labeled me problem child, ADHD, but old bird didn't agree with the prescribed Ritalin. Instead, she made teachers apply the proper attention to satisfy her young son's insatiable mind. Marine like mom left no child behind, although daddy sometimes went AWOL. They say all the sins of the father visit the son, so I've been behind the gun since bust out the womb. Like King Tut thrust out the tomb, I'm the secret they cracked open but could not discover. I watch as capitalistic vultures hungrily hover over, screaming, God damn, who taught that nigga to read? That was the end of the poem. Y'all have no idea, right? So this is what happens when you turn 50. Naps become a thing. I don't know what happened. Like, the day after I turned 50, around 2 o'clock, I was like, man, I could really, I could really go for a nap right now, about 50 minutes. You see, I just feel like I need to just check out for about 50 minutes, you know. And also, right, another thing is, so I had I had like probably like 250 fucks left to give. And so on my birthday, like my pop transitioned and last year and like 150 of them just bounced, right? And then on my birthday, I'm in Jamaica and shit, you know, I got fucking Secret Science by John, Baines. I'm on the beach, and I got a fucking Cohiba. Real just shit that I'm reading. I'm like, this is the shit. And 100 more fucks just jumped out my swim trunks and ran into the ocean, right? So now I kind of got like about 10, 15 fucks left to give. So that happens when you turn 52. You just fuck it, I had this on yesterday. And I'm that nigga, you know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I'm not arrogant in any way, shape, or form. I'm super humble, nothing comes from me, it comes through me. But yeah, I'm 50, so fuck it, And also, what happens is you realize that you should not have on cargo pants. Because you use every pocket, and I know I'm not supposed to have, it's shit in every pocket. I like lotion and shit, and so it's not supposed to do that. But anyway, poetry, right? What happens in neighborhoods where the self-esteem has been overshadowed by the decay and the children no longer play the way they used to? Where young boys choose to follow figures that had no father figures, a place where lives have been reduced to mere names on a nigga wall. A lot of dead shames on a nigga wall, because most of my childhood friends died over some dumb shit. It's like we all on some slum shit. Whatever happened to that, we shall overcome shit. Where I'm from, shit. They done took away boys' clubs and neighborhood sports. It's a place where little boys put on jerseys and shorts, dream big about stardom on fine hardwood courts, but awake to the harsh reality of the stripped, unfinished inner city floor where life splinters. Cold winters are sheltered by crack houses instead of recreational centers that they claim to not have the paper to keep open for operation. The deconstruction of the black family has been in perpetuation ever since Willie Lynch set his theory in motion. Decharacterization was his sole promotion. Therefore, if you take the basketball out of his face and put the coke in its place, he'll still score. What's a young boy to do when he doesn't want to do wrong, but there's a lock on the right door? When he has the heart of a soldier, the aggression of a prize fighter, but no one's told him what to fight for. See, most of our families are fatherless and quite poor, so we miss out on meals as well as kisses and hugs. You've got the audacity to cut the funding for the facilities that keep us off the streets, did ask us why we sell drugs. But imagine if niggas put down their dice and guns, picked up their daughters and sons, and put a little love right there where the hate is. Imagine if niggas had the chance to become accountants before being taught what the difference between wet and dry weight is. Imagine if these little inner city kids has the same type of schools that these rich kids have way out there in the sticks. Imagine if niggas had the chance to learn chemistry for real before we learn how to whip 7.5 out of 6. Imagine if that little black girl could go to that dance school for free and love the dream of that Broadway show. Imagine if she wasn't forced into a game where you assume a filthy name and put your soul and your ass up for show. Imagine if she was taught to love herself, imitate no one, demand and demonstrate respect when she walks through the door. Imagine if she watched herself and saw herself during the primetime hour instead of the 4 o'clock video whore. Imagine. My bad. That was my pop's favorite poem of mine. All right, so yeah, most people Like I never really do love poetry, right? I write it all the time. I write erotica, all kinds of shit, you know. I'll never do that. I can't even. Some of the shit I be saying, I can't say that shit. I just can't. I wouldn't be able to do it, like, cause then I gotta look a nigga in the face after that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's some shit you just gotta read and be like, ooh, you hear the fuck he wrote? You see what he wrote? I can't be like, yeah, and then, no. So anyway, yeah, like love poems, right? I usually don't write them a lot, cause I be too in the moment. I usually write them in between relationships, cause that's when you get understanding, right? It's like, whoa, if you do introspection and you're accountable, that's when the best art happens, right? When the lessons come, you know. So, and you know, once you fuck up so much that now you by yourself, that's when you understand the lesson. You're like, oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, as a poet, it comes out. So anyway, I wrote this poem, my ex-wife is anyway, I wrote this poem about a motherfucker I don't fuck with no more. So, so the scene is like, all right, so let's say this is a sofa. It's my sofa. It was much bigger though. And she came over to my house and we was like we had already signed our divorce papers and shit, but at that point I was like a sucker, you know, so she come over and just use up my time and shit, little succubus. and I was like, ooh. And so you know, it came to me and I just like, she was on my sofa just on her phone and shit, and I couldn't kick her out, right? I don't know why I couldn't kick her out, I just couldn't kick her out, right? I can't do that because that's just fucked up, you know. But she shouldn't even be here. We getting a divorce, right? So anyway, I wrote about it. And it said, I wonder what you do if you knew this was your last night with me. The view of love's vast height with me, an afterthought after tomorrow. No more time to borrow. Your interest rate in me has dropped way too low and is no longer worth my heart's investment. Our astrological assessment predicted we either be heaven or hell. And it seems we fell to the depths of the ladder. Shit, I wonder would any of this even matter if you knew your uptown by the bed would instead be replaced by something or someone other than me serving it to you. If they can even see you deserving it, do you realize what you choosing and letting me leave? You losing the bet and believe love is not worth the gamble. So if this was the preamble to the beginning of the end of our irretrievable breakdown and you knew about it, what would you do about it? I wonder, would you be nicer than you're being? Seeing this as your final attempt to keep me from fleeing from someone who feels like they don't want me to stay. What games would you play? What would you say when you call? Better yet, would I even answer? You know, biblically, you're either Cancer or Crown. And since I've been with you, I've been down, but I was so up before I met you, so I'm trying hard to forget you, but I can't. So I'll be in the crib singing gospel, making salat and chant at the same time, hoping for some divine intervention. Feel like I need to amputate an extension of myself to keep breathing. When you leaving? And that's the end of the poem because that's all I needed to get. Like, I wrote that. That's where it starts. Like, I'm good. Like, you know, that's how it happens, right? So, I can say I've gotten older and I'm more mature and all these things. So I learned all the lessons and all of my fuck ups. And so now, you know, I have I got like good weather. You know, women. You know, I in my old little philosophical mind, y'all are our weather. Y'all are the creators. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all. When a man connects to a woman becomes his weather. So if you ain't right, you don't want a woman that's bad weather, right? So and this is just a man has absolute responsibilities too. They are no greater or no less than a woman. We are a balance, you know, but we have to know. So I've learned through very hard lessons that y'all control the weather. So, you know, you get better, you get right, and then you get good weather. Because now I got great weather. Like, oh, man. My weather, tropical. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, fucking mangoes and shit. I be climbing up trees and bananas, laying out on the beach. So, I wrote this poem in between relationships when I absolutely finally understood exactly what love was, right? And so it's not it's an action. It's not a reaction. It's not emotion. It's an action. It's like exercise. So you have to do it, right? You have to deliberately love, because that's when it becomes a superpower. So anyway, in this poem, she is love, because I realized this is my relationship with love. I'm an Aquarius, by the way. So without shame, I exclaim, I love her. The wind hover between us remains wordless and loud like Sunday choirs we shout for. Spirit and soul wrapped in true love can only sing. Trapped in you, love, can only bring out our greatest we. Give my life on love's battlefield if she is to be my Valkyrie and walk me into the next life. Stand taller than my earth height for her in this existence. My resistance is futile. Ooh, how my kundalini vibrates at thoughts of her. And when those thoughts occur, I'm left thinking how thoughtful of a universe to offer me such a beautiful vision to feast my eyes on every day. In every way, left full like Thanksgiving meals. Our Thanksgiving spills abundantly. Angst-driven undersea, we replace fear with faith. Faced our reflection in each other's eyes and refused to look away from the truth that stared in return. See, we learn pain is a choice. Like love, it's a voice that only we give permission to speak. We peak when hurt's torturous shriek is depleted. Affirmations repeated form force field around our conjunction. What gumption we have to be so in tune. Not even the universe can impugn that we paraloon. Despite gravity's limitations, we incite ethereal simulations so real we can almost feel the moon dust clutched between our palms. Our story, that of parables and psalms of how love conquers all. We, alms for its ill-fated, words, melodies, and metaphors, memorized and restated as if mantra or surah. We cite for sore eyes that still hold hope in the painter's optical parameter, the pentameter in the poet's pen, the passion upon his palette, his reason for recitation. See, we resuscitation after being breathless. We deathless. Popularly opinionated as the contrary to that which might expire, optimally fixated on voluntary desire. See, we choose to be here, refuse to see here anything less than divinity, yet primitively we adore as if we know nothing more than to do just this. Trust this will see us through like new mornings and yesterday's lessons. In ways, blessings descend from a God delightfully tickled at our ascension. Upon command, the heavens stand at attention and perform for us. We climate control, the weather reforms for us. For we sunshine and warm amidst the cloud, cold, and storm of this living. This form of giving is nothing less than daily treasure as we create creation in all its ugly and beauty and pain and pleasure. For all those that come within our circumference to truly discover that without shame, I exclaim, I love her purely. Soft ass shit, you know what I'm saying? That shit all soft, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Let me get up out of that, you know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm super silly, you know what I'm saying? So I'm also up here like, don't fuck up, nigga. Y'all good? Everybody good? Cool. I don't want to like bore nobody, right? Cool. So yeah, I have 5 children. I live in Amsterdam. I'm from North Philly. 6 and Dolphin. I live in Amsterdam, been there since 2015. I'm back here, but I go back, I have kids over there. And so my oldest daughter is 27 now, and she has 2 children. And they're super dope, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't listen, you know, like, yeah, they are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got super dope grandkids. All my kids are really pretty dope, you know, so. But anyway, I wrote this poem when Shakira was just turning 6 years old. So life was very different, and I wasn't as wise, her mother wasn't as wise, so I wrote this poem for everybody, really. It was called, or the poem came through me, it's called Lone Soldier, right? And it wrote, my father always told me that he would understand when I got older the internal hurt of a lone soldier. So held firmly in my right arm with her head on my shoulder, because that's the way she likes me to hold her. That's what I told her. Speaking about my daughter, in order to save face, because just before the embrace and all the I love yous and I miss yous, she clearly let me know that she had issues, talking about, Daddy, where you been? And so just then my mind began thinking back to those Saturday seldom show up days, those seem like my father don't want to bother helping me grow up days. So sick of not seeing my dad, I want to throw up days, those my mom said you shouldn't come nowhere near where we resided because she decided to blow up days. Anyways, her eyes were always able to pull the disguise off any lies I might try to use to summarize the situation. You see, it's funny the way it's second nature, the way I put these words to paper, but couldn't figure out a simple explanation to offer my baby girl. Don't like having to admit that tomorrow's just a maybe girl, the famous ask your mom and see what she say. But the ball's in her court, so we got to play how she played. But hey, I tell my big girl not to fret, because all that's dirty will come out in life's wash, and we haven't finished filling up yet. You see, when two parents are not in conjunction, a dysfunctional child is inevitable. See, mommy's not on time with daddy, and daddy's not on time with mommy, so the child grows up off schedule. And it's incredible because he always told me that I would understand. He always told me that I would understand when I got older why he used to call himself the lone soldier and, And one night when she called crying and I couldn't get to her to hold her, even though it wasn't some game shit, I felt like it was some lame shit I told her, just because I couldn't be right there after a nightmare about a fight between me and her mother. You see, she's 6 and can't conceive how I could leave and still tell her I love her, so her inquisitive little mind forces her to question. And my rationale begs me not to reply. See, I know she won't see why we have to live in different places. Or how come her and her little brother don't see each other's faces on a consistent basis, and it hurts when I have to lay down the hand of discipline, knowing that I just get to spend a short segment of time with her. So imagine how I feel when I got to hit her. And don't get it twisted, sometimes I fuck up and don't get her because my ego won't let her mother call me a babysitter. But for my baby girl, I swallow my pride and show through. See, I love my kids. It ain't a fucking thing I won't go through. Woo! We good? We good on time? You good? One more? I had 2 more. Okay. All right. Okay, so real quick, context. It's in the music. Turn it up, let it rock, let it bang on the block till the neighbors call the cops. The cops gonna come, but they ain't gonna do shit. They don't want no problems. What are y'all, stupid? It's all in the music. It's all in the music. When you look at me and my brothers, what's your first impression? Does the sight of us leave you guessing? Or do you understand the stressing, the aggression? The look of no hope on me and my niggas' faces, like the Lord overlooked us when he handed down his graces. You see, embraces fall short on the numb tips of street entrepreneurial fingers, still stuck in the walls of the project halls where the coke smell still lingers. External blingers is all we can be. Because on the inside, we've been given nothing to shine on. And a record deal is harder to get than coke, so my niggas get their grind on. Because the TV tells us, aim high, nigga, make all goals lateral. But see, that takes paper that we don't have, so niggas put their souls up as collateral now. Some niggas reclaim them, some blame them, make an excuse to sell them. But when a nigga goes from not doing to doing, what can you tell him? Not to be a nigga? Shit, I got to be a nigga. That's how I pay the bills. And I'm going to do that whether I got to sling this coke or exploit these rhyme skills. See, America makes you an opportunist. And at the same time, they institutionalize you. So the fact that niggas get big money, big record deals, and then go to jail shouldn't surprise you. That's what lies do. And see, most of these guys do have raw talent, just an infantile education. So the business feeds you all the weed and ecstasy and a little bit of paper to provide some pacification from all the bullshit frustration they serve you. Meanwhile, they corrupt your perception of what the real is. So they've taken all our businessmen and given them the mindsets of drug dealers. Took all our messengers, made them rappers, just flapping their jaws, afraid to admit their treason. Took all our soldiers for the cause, made them killers for no reason and being fucked up. That's in this season. So if you're negative, you're positive. And if you're positive, you're called the hater. But I maintain control of my soul because I know it gets greater later. And I told y'all the last show, shit. Nigga no hater. I just know where the truth is. Been intertwining this pudding for about a year now, so I know where the proof is. See, it lies in these midtown Manhattan skyscrapers with former hustlers like myself sign papers and pull off fucked up capers like 16 infamous MCs at a time. They got us chopping and bagging and serving that shit to niggas 16 bars at a time now. The crime is undetectable by the feds because in the heads of our kids is where the track is. And music is potent. It's straight to the soul. So it's much more addictive than crack is. Now the high is just an illusion, all lies and confusion, but to feel that rush just once, my young bucks will go through it. So in essence, they still flooding the streets with the thugs, drugs, and killing. They just using these record labels to do it. Taking our heartfelt demos, putting us in limos, trying to fuck up divine direction, but young black men have been trained to chase money and pussy. So we fall victim to our own erection and begin to convince ourselves we're on our way somewhere where we're not going. But ignorance is bliss, and niggas love this, so niggas take pride in not knowing. We not growing. Nigga, I give a fuck how slick you flowing if you ain't showing nothing to these kids or add nothing positive to the earth. Black Ice been destined to touch the world ever since I was born. To be real, fuck a record deal. God gives me what I'm worth. Ooh, okay, so my pop had two of his favorite joints was Imagine and this last piece I'm gonna do. Thank you for listening to me run my mouth. Thanks for coming out and hanging out and enjoying the word. The craft is amazing. I am a absolute admitted snob about my craft. I love poems. I love poetry. I don't like trash, because I feel like be better. You say, like strive to be better. I teach my students all the time. So if you are an aspiring writer, honesty, what we do, where we strip on stage, we not actors. We not rappers. If you come up here and you're a caricature, you in the wrong venue. I bullshit you not. The nigga who you are listening to right now is the nigga who be off stage. It's to anybody who knows me, and it's a lot of motherfuckers in here that know me, ask them. I don't code switch. So this is what we do. It's a blessing that we get to get up on stage in front of motherfuckers and be us. But here's the thing. If you can't be you and entertain motherfuckers, can't be you in the chair. Niggas pay their money. I can't get that. I can't get that 4 minutes back. Y'all know I'm talking about. Listen, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm saying, and somebody in here, if you are that person, you know who I'm talking about. It's all good, you know what I'm saying? You know, but anyway, I lightened that up because I felt like I was getting ready to go somewhere that you know. But anyway, this last poem was my father's my father's other favorite poem. I ain't no player hater. Let's go. Obviously, I just dated the shit out of that poem, right? Let's go. And myself, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that nigga's a player hater. So that's like a nigga with a Jeff, with a Jeff on, like a cool cap, you know what I'm saying? And them motherfucking chinos, or that cotton polyester blend, one color suit with the motherfucking pleats, the button down Steve Harvey joint. That's how they say, hey, that nigga's a player hater right there, man. Right, nigga stand like that, right? Anyway, my bad, I'm silly. I told y'all I was silly. So I ain't no player hater, but I'll hate a player if you push me. See, nigga, while you stand there using all your heart trying to look the part with your cold, still eyes, nigga, you don't realize you just pussy for sale. Now, see, I would call you female, but you too frail. While she held queen, I mean, your existence is fractionally vaginal. Like the slits of the whores you use to suit your feeble needs. You know, saturated soil and faulty fertilizer. Sure, your future seeds would be just like you, pussy. For sale. On corner auction blocks, lost flocks of brethren now invested in by this America with stocks of cocaine. Temporary monetary gain in exchange for eternal pain, while the stain of your false reality remains an ever-imprinted actuality on your kids and in your kids as they too have to go wander with you through the bids. Just kids. Trying not to let those lonely echoes bother. Knowing that father does not answer when they holler due to his undying infatuation with the dollar, has been street scholar, now sees his toddlers through glass. And as the years pass, they grow fast and begin to understand, damn, dad didn't have to go away from us because he didn't love us, just that he wasn't no real fucking man. I look at him and I'm looking at the newspaper like, oh, damn, that's the cat that changed his name from David to Ayatollah. It's Philly. From David to Ayatollah, high roller, Motorola soldier, Tech 9 under his polar ass nigga, don't know his future or past nigga, but that fast trigger got this die-cast 40-ounce swigger thinking his shit is bigger than mine. Nigga, it's not surprising to find that your state of mind got you parking that $63,000 Lexus Flex right outside your mother's hard-earned $22,000 duplex. You know, the one right next to the projects where pseudo-elated coke game created crime-related manhood got you ass out, nigga. Getting high till you pass out, nigga. Quick way up, fast way out, nigga. How you figure your shit is bigger than mine? These fucked up times and hardcore rhymes got you throwing up gang signs and claiming coasts and shades of color with shameless boasts of emotionless lovers that gazed upon that ice that covered that pendant of that religion you do not follow. Your faith has evaporated and made your soul hollow. Childhood dreams turned pharmaceutical schemes got you fucking with triple beams, cat peeling, robbing and stealing for a piece of this fucked up American pie ass nigga, ready to die ass nigga, fly ass nigga. Sit you in a cell, you probably cry ass nigga. How the fuck you figure your shit is bigger than mine? I see you. Diamond blinking, Cuban linking, and full-length minking, all strung out on delusional thinking. And as the government subsidizes these laboratory high-rises with new chemical surprises, you continue to hide your true self behind movie gangster disguises, oblivious to what life's true prize is, equating stupidity with the length you think your dick size is. The truth in your eyes is falsified, fabricated while you sit and wait for your fate to be debated by juries and judges who've held over 450 years worth of grudges. Nigga, get back. Sit back and rediscover how to be an honest father, loyal lover, righteous brother, and not just another motherfucking